Welcome back. I'd like to continue where I end up the last video when I talked about open source R. So now I want to focus on basic graphics in R, and in order for me to do that, I will just show you what it is entail, and R provide us a lot of visualization function without additional functions. So it is already built in. Example, if you have two data set and you write the code plot, it will generate a plot, or bar plot, it will create a bar plot, or histogram or pie, etc. So in this case, let's start with a very basic pie. My obsession is with pi, and my pi, and I will have a container that contain three numbers: 40, 30, 20, and 10. Okay, so when I declare my pi equal a container with those numbers, and I will hit enter, it will show me the content of my container. But when I will apply pi and with the container of my pi and with the idea, it will produce something like that. So let's make it more sexier with regard to, or fancier with regard to colors. So I will add my colors, and I will say red, blue, and green, and I will say my pi with my colors, and he will show me, because I define only three colors, he will show me those three colors. I can set up also a bar chart, and again the same container, same numbers. Now I call the container X, and when I will say bar plot X, he will show me something like that. Again, I can add colors to it, and I can use red, blue, green, and brown. Those are the name command attached to a name to each piece of data, so we can see the result with my pi. And so again, this is the data set, and this is where it land out, so it gives them a name. And now I will add my colors, and I will add those four colors, and I will say bar plot X and my colors, in order for me to display the following bar graph. So this is the idea, and again, the idea of give you the more option to customize your visualization, and it's really important because the customization makes the communication of the graph much easier. So example, histogram, and I'm using a data set, it's called capital D $WG, and it will show the following. I will talk more about the data set. We will learn how to incorporate different data set in order for us to do that. Into this, I can add a little title, and the title is the main, and I will give it a title. I can add axis labels, and which is really important. I know me as authors that want to publish his work, labels are the most important aspect of visualization to academic journals. Again, depending on the fields, but for me, it's really important in order for me to succeed in publication. So this is example of it, and this is how the outline it goes. I can add colors to it. I can apply different colors, and basic plot, box plot. And again, same data set, change it a little bit and be able to gain some the y-axis title, and I can make it compare them one another, WG compared to WG dot M compared to WG dot F. And again, the issue, I know that I'm not familiar with yet with the data set. I will talk about that. But again, I want you to feel the difference between this data set and how it apply in order for you to do that. In your assignment for this module, you will get for me a data set. An example in this data set, if you will run it into R, so you need, first of all, to type the first line, and the first line, after that, you're going to do run. Then how I set up the visualization in order for me to apply, or how do I set up the data. And then I will say xfit, and I will say what I want, how it's going to be classified, the data, how to apply to it, and I can apply to it in order for me to apply this visualization. So this is part of the introduction to visual production in R. It is really important that you will have sense to what it stands for and how it apply. I gave you also in the highlight, I gave you example of R and and how to apply to it. I will talk more about that as we go along. So this is it for the assignment. I want you to generate a simple visualization in R. Tell me or tell the audience what was easy, what was hard, why is it so different from what we're accustomed to see in Excel, and try to make a story out of it. That's it for now. I hope you enjoy it. Until next time, next video is my visual peer review. Have fun.